What to consider before homeschooling your child. Parents that decide to homeschool their children really need to think twice in that it is a lot of work. Playing the role of the teacher with your own child can be time-consuming and the responsibility is quite great. This video presents several ideas and concepts you should consider before becoming your child's teacher. There are many considerations that you should think about before doing this. When you send your kids to a typical school, both you and they are subjected to the confines of the school year. As usual, if you want to take your kids on a trip, you have to wait until certain vacations occur or wait for school to be out and go during the summer. When you homeschool your children, you can go on a trip at any time answering to no one. You can go on vacation, or visit relatives any time of year that's convenient. Travel can also be very educational for kids, as they can see a variety of places and environments. Off-season travel is now a possibility because you are not limited to the schedule provided by the public school. The funding for public schools gives students many more options than homeschoolers most of the time, but they are also limited in various ways. Children that are homeschooled have the ability to leave with their parents and experience different things each day, whereas public school children must stay on campus. Although homeschooling requires work to be done, you are not limited by your location and your child can travel with you to different destinations. So, in a nutshell, homeschooled children can experience so much more abroad than kids at a public school that are limited to the classroom setting. One disadvantage of homeschooling is that kids don't have the resources that a school can provide. People of all ages have forgotten to appreciate the extent of basic resources offered at most school properties, including computers, office space, as well as buildings with climate control. The wealthy are the only people likely to be capable of affording such resources at their residence. Generally speaking, private homes do not come equipped with science labs, academic libraries, or full-size gymnasiums. Of course, you can bring your kids to public facilities to help compensate for this, but it's still not the same as having everything right at hand. Homeschooling is still a viable alternative to regular school, despite the fact that this problem cannot really be overcome. Parents that do homeschooling, which is growing in popularity every year, typically do so because they want to raise their children in a certain atmosphere and teach them at the same time. Although there are disadvantages to homeschooling such as a lack of sociability, there are good and bad aspects to either form of education.